Hello everybody and welcome to Dr. Jasinski's Cello Studio. I'm going to talk right now about a little problem in cello playing called vibrato. I say problem because not that it's a problem in itself. We like the sound of vibrato, it sounds great and we want to do it. The problem is how do we actually start to do it from not doing it? Where's that part where we go from not being able to vibrate okay to making sure we're starting to do it the right way? And I want to talk about that a little bit. Now on the internet, there are tons of great vibrato exercise videos that you can watch. I would advise you to go on YouTube. There's people that have done a really good job on videos on how to vibrate. I just want to talk right now on just how to get it started. Because I think getting it started is where people develop problems. And if you want to do it, I would advise you do it with a private teacher, probably the best way, someone that can monitor you. But if you don't have a private teacher and you want to give it a try, here are some basic things you can do. So before you just start to plop your finger on the string and start to shake it in any way that you know how, because maybe you saw a concert, you said, I want to do that, that looks awesome, I love the way it sounds. Know that vibrato is not simply just trying to shake your finger on the string. What you're trying to do really is get your fingertip to actually roll on the string. And that's tricky sometimes because this finger's job is to push the string down at the same time. So usually what I see is a combination of a really tight squeeze that clamps down with the thumb pushing a lot behind the finger. And if you think about that, what that's going to do is make the vibrato sound super tight and very tense. That doesn't sound pleasing. It's probably better to have a straight tone with no vibrato than to have one that sounds like a goat that's caught in a barbed wire fence. So you don't want to do that. You've probably all heard that sound. Just to demonstrate, maybe I'll show you. But that one, where you can see my cello shaking because I'm grabbing the cello. We don't want to do that. So it's better that you wait to do vibrato if you're going to do it rather than jump in and try something like that. But a good way to practice your vibrato at first is to realize where the vibrato comes from. It doesn't come from the fingers or the hand. We don't do it like this, trying to shake the hand like this way. Again, we want to keep that wrist straight. That's the first thing. Try to keep your whole arm in a straight line. In a very simple way, a good vibrato is kind of like a karate chop going in the direction of your fingerboard. So I think if you go like this, now I'm going to show you from the side, you can see that a good vibrato, I'm doing a karate chop like this way. You see that my arm is moving back here, and if I put it on there and just roll, that's the way it's going to look. That's a better way than if I just do this little thingy like this way. You can see that doesn't look very good, and it's not going to sound good. But a good vibrato is this. So I like to think about it. If you want to just start with the basic motion, think about you got this kind of chopping motion going the direction of your fingerboard on the cello. You can practice that anywhere. Practice that on a long car drive if you want, or on an airplane flight. Just this way. Now people might think you're strange, but you are because you play an instrument. So this way. Now if you put that on the cello, you put your fingers lightly on the string and you can just slide them. Of course, if you play, it's going to sound like this. But you hear that wide, easy motion? That's what we want to get. We want to get that. And if I show you this way, my finger's literally just sliding. But what that does, it sounds crazy and we're not going to do vibrato like that in the end, but what it does is it just starts to teach my arm to be relaxed while I do vibrato. That's so important. Your arm has got to be relaxed as much as possible while you do vibrato. If anything in there tightens up, you're going to get that bad vibrato sound. Number two, remember I told you our fingers are actually not trying to generate the motion. Our fingers are passive. Our fingers are just absorbing the motion of the arm and they're putting that into the string. So part two, once you get that slide, I like to put it here and go. So once I start that sliding motion, then I plant a finger. Second finger may be the easiest for you. It's in the middle of the hand, so maybe it's easier. And you look, I start with my finger in this position. The arm is going to do that karate chop, and actually the finger goes to a different position. Remember, the goal is to get that fingertip to roll on the string while it's in the same spot. And so when I karate chop, but then I plant the finger, that finger stays in the same spot, but the arm, you see, is kind of karate chopping around it. And that's what a good vibrato ultimately looks like. And you can see when I do a normal vibrato here, that there's a lot of motion going on back here in my arm. It's not just from the wrist like this. So you want to be very careful that you don't just isolate vibrato tightly from your wrist. That's not going to look very good. It's not going to sound good. It's going to feel tight. But a good vibrato starts there. I want you to start wide. I want you to start slow rather than fast and tight. And over time, that's going to develop into a natural, easy vibrato that's going to be really nice to manage. So if you must do vibrato, if there's something inside of you that says, I've got to try it, that's my tips really quickly to try it. But I would recommend you either get a private teacher to help you, or again, you consult those many wonderful YouTube tutorials on vibrato. Good luck. I know you can all develop a really fantastic, beautiful vibrato that will be expressive and make your mother proud. Thanks for watching.